What's up? It's Ali. Welcome back to more Aidyn Plus. We just picked up these two guys over here in Terminor, and we're gonna get a move on to the desert because that's what's next on the agenda. Nothing else to stop for here in town. Well, I guess that's not entirely true. There's one thing left to stop for here in town, but it hasn't appeared yet, so we have to make it appear, and then we're gonna have to hoof it back here to see it. I bet it'll be worth it. Don't worry, I promise you it will. You believe me, don't you? I sure hope so. Well, I'm not sure how far we're going to get in this session, but there's not a whole lot between us and our goal. So it's mostly just going to be fighting a bunch of encounters, and there's going to be a couple scenes, I guess. Obvious to anyone you do not know what you are talking about. Oh, clearly you. Well, here, we shall ask Alaron. Obvious to anyone you do not know what you're talking about. Oh, it's repeating for some reason. Oh, clearly you. Well, here, we shall ask Alaron. What are you two arguing about? What is the true measure of a man, lad? Well, give him the options. No, let him answer on his own. What is it, Alaron? Please leave me out of this. You have to give him the options. I think the measure of a man is in his good right arm. Defeating your enemies in strength in combat is the only true test. This one here thinks that sheer brute strength is no true test. Why, any common ass can carry a heavy burden, and then any ox can pull the plow. What makes a man is strength of character. Grace, good manners, and a noble bearing will see a man through even should his sword arm fail. Ha, spoken like a true fop. Grace? Bah, grace won't stop a charge. Manners? Will manners send your enemies fleeing before you? You live in a fool's paradise. Aura of Wrath and Aura of Death are pretty good at sending my enemies fleeing. Fop! Fop! It is my grace and good manners that have spared you this time, barbarian. Now let the boy speak. Tell us, Alaron, inform this fool as to what true manhood is. I really think it might be wiser for me to just stay out of the whole discussion. I am sure you two can settle it peacefully. This brute has provided me no evidence he can settle anything with reason. Oh, that's the last slight some dressed-up half-man is going to give me. You go too far this time, fool. Let us see how charming you are when your head is no longer attached. Well, since you never use your head, I shall be more than happy to free you of its cumbersome weight. Hold on, you two. Come on then, fop. I'll take you with one pass. Just wait a minute. On your guard, pig. I am ready for you. Stop! Now that I have your attention, I think I have an answer to the question. You do? Yes. The measure of a man is honor, loyalty, and duty. Honor enough not to hack a friend apart over a difference of opinion. Loyalty to his friends and those he has agreed to help and to follow regardless of matters of pride. And finally, duty. Duty to his comrades who have placed their trust in him in times of danger. Duty to the cause, duty to the cause which he has agreed in is a noble and important one. And duty to those who need him, heads attached. Ah, yes, well, perhaps the boy has a point. Yes, well made, Alaron. Ah, and perhaps strength and grace can fit in there too. Why not? Ah, so we were in agreement all along then. Would seem so. Ah, good. We were both right then. Thank you, Alaron. Yes, my thanks. And good night. Yes, good night. This was probably supposed to be a camping scene, but it just kind of happens if you happen to leave Terminor with both these guys in your party. So anyway, let's get a move on. Baird has a few more scenes along the way down here, but Donovan doesn't have any that I really know of. He might have the fewest exclusive scenes of almost any character, honestly. But he's kind of in the same boat as a couple other people we'll be meeting, so maybe that's not true. You would think I'd know, having gone through the text files, but I don't remember exactly what all is in there and such. But, yeah, Donovan definitely doesn't get a lot of characterization. But I kind of feel like he's enough of a stereotype that he doesn't really need a lot. He's just this totally full of himself, swashbuckling swordsman guy. We're supposed to go this way, but we're gonna go down here. Yeah, we're gonna take a little detour to the beach. Not a whole lot here on the beach. There's a Cyclops. Hello, Cyclops. We're going to kill and/or scare you away. Oh, nope, you're all by yourself. Guess we're gonna kill you. Can I wallow bones you? I'm gonna do it. Here it comes. Oh god, he did the stutter. Do we have to start over? He did the stutter. You stinker. You just wanted to make me play that recording again, didn't you? That scene with Donovan and Baird. You loved it so much that you had to see it twice. Oh, you little. Alright, tell you what. We're gonna hustle on over there. We'll bash through the cutscene. We'll be fine. I'm still gonna wallow bones him. I'm gonna save before the fight, so if it goes wrong, it's not so bad. Wallow bones is a very broken spell, but I guess its capacity to soft lock the emulator is a real problem. I don't remember ever having that trouble in the N64 version, but I could have just been lucky. I don't really know. It's also been a very long time since I played the N64 version. It's not that I don't have it, I do. But my N64 has seen better days. I know, a 20-year-old console, what could possibly be going wrong with it, right? It held up a little better than I thought it would. The other day whenever I had like a friend over, they were curious to see a bunch of my N64 games. And surprisingly, none of them crashed or soft locked or anything, even though the console has been aging. And there was... I had some real concern for it like earlier this year because there was another friend I was playing an N64 game with, and like the game would like crash or freeze if we even so much as bumped the console by accident a little. So I think I might need to send it to Nintendo to get it refurbished sometime soon, but I don't know. It's one of my favorite consoles, so I would certainly not wish to part with it. I don't know how much it would cost to buy a new one these days, but I don't really need to either. I'm just glad Nintendo is still willing to take care of things like that. Like, you could send them an NES, and they would be able to refurbish it for you. You would have to pay for it. I don't know how much. I once had to send my Wii in there to get it fixed up, and that cost me about $90, plus, like, shipping or whatever. But they got it done, so that was nice. I had broken it playing Donkey Kong Country Returns. Or rather, I should say it broke itself playing Donkey Kong Country Returns. Because the problem with that game... See, I was trying to 100% complete the game, and that's not something I recommend you ever do, because that game has problems. It's not a bad game. No, I enjoyed the game itself. But the thing is, they got this time trial mode where, like, you've got to have, like, really good timing. You gotta know the layout of the levels and how to move through them as quickly as possible, and you gotta get it, like, almost exactly right on so many occasions. It's ridiculous. But there's no quick restart. Every time you mess up the level and restart it, it has to reload the whole level. So if you messed up the start of your run and you knew it was already blown because the timing was so tight that you needed it to go correctly, well, you would be restarting the level every, like, 5 seconds or so. And, believe it or not, loading that much data constantly is bad for a console as old as a Wii. So, yeah, after a while, like, it would stop being able to do that, and I had to send it in to get it fixed. The other reason you should never play Donkey Kong Country Returns to the fullest is because mirror mode is garbage, but that's enough about a completely unrelated game while I'm playing Aidyn Chronicles, right? Then again, it's not like I have much to talk about here. I didn't really suit these guys up with anything, did I? We just kind of went for it. I should give them their equipment. Now that Rada and everyone in Party Slot 4 is no longer there to take up that equipment. Go down, troll. Yeah. This little caver in here is like the troll's secret stash, basically. Like, that guy was in this little alcove over here, and there's another one trudging around up here. He's guarding a big old treasure pile. I think you might have seen it just as the screen was blocking out there. I didn't give the guys more stuff yet. I didn't do it. I'm gonna remember eventually, don't worry. Oh, these jumps are lunar. So that's not gonna work. Did I teach you light, or does Brenna have it? Brenna has it. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Just whatever. Get over there, Brenna. Scare them with your wrath. Oh, she can only hit 3 of them. We might have to actually fight a troll or 2. Oh no. Tragedy. That's not efficient at all. Killing things is so inefficient. You guys were all hit. It's the one way in the back there who was not. I'm not gonna get all crowded in next to any of you. Oh, he's just standing there waiting for me to come over. Oh, one nice thing about Donovan is that he has teleportation. And he's got a pretty high level of it, too. He's kind of not as good as Rada, I don't think. But for late game, he's serviceable, I would say. He just kind of has not a lot of really remarkable abilities. I want to hit that one. The one in the corner. Thank you. Oh, we didn't really talk about their stats either, did we? Yeah, because last session it just kind of ended, and we didn't go over anything. I should go over these things with you guys so you can, like, see what changed and all that fun stuff. Wow, 2 of the trolls ran away. Or no, one of them died, and one of them ran away on its own. Or no, it's true. It's the... One reinforcement ran away, and one of the 4 that were here ran away. That's what happened. And then other ones stepped in to replace them. Actually, I should probably cast Aura of Wrath again, now that there's more trolls to cast it on. I gave it some thought, and I came to a conclusion about what I want to do with the Aura spells. Because, here's the thing. They're basically instant death, because if the enemy you cast it on runs away, that's instant death. The enemy is off the field. It's no longer a factor in combat. And while making them single target would certainly correct the issue, there are already moves that are fatal single target attacks. They're Wall of Bones, Frozen Doom, to a lesser extent, Web of Starlight. What makes the Aura spells unique is that they hit multiple targets, and that they, between the 2 spells, only cover half of the spectrum of enemies each, solar and lunar. So what I decided to do is they're still going to be multi-hit spells, but I'm going to narrow their casting circle considerably, like as much as I possibly can, so that you have to be like right up next to the enemies in order to cast it on them. I don't know how small you can keep the circles exactly, but I know there's like a numerical value that we can change in the database that affects the size of the circles. So that's what we're going to use to hopefully balance these spells out a little better. I might also adjust like their stamina cost to cast. But I think that'll do it for those 2 spells. They're going to be more expensive to raise anyway, so it's not like it will be easy to get them where they need to go. What's with all the +5s on you, Aileron? That's weird. Aw, we couldn't get to 90. We got the troll skivvies! Oh man, I don't have a lot of spice. Maybe we should stock up on some whenever we're back in Terminor. There's a bunch of things I should do, huh? Man, that treasure pile is a lot less remarkable now that trolls don't have as much value. Gosh. They used to be big money targets, like you would get thousands of gold from them. But not anymore, because I'm stingy, and I'm glad I'm stingy. Y'all saw before how I ran out of money in Terminor. I didn't need to buy that Helm of Tempests, but I did. So anyway. Alright, want to look at their stats? Let's look at stats. Let's look at stats and equip them and things. So, you, here's his new loadout that he starts with. He's got the Hot Light Shield, because I felt like that was appropriate. Actually, he might have that in the original game, too. I give him the Terminor Mail because he's from Terminor, makes sense, yeah? And there's your poleaxe if you really, really want one. Meanwhile, you, since you're like a magical swordsman, I gave you the enchanted blade and the enchanted plate. That's decently okay for this point in the game. His stats didn't suffer as much as you might expect. Like, he used to have 30s in intelligence and willpower, and you can see they've only fallen to 28, so they didn't drop too terribly far. I think he used to have 8s in a bunch of his abilities, too. Thing is, I actually bumped his level up to 20. He and Baird normally start at 18 each, but I was like, I'll give you guys a couple more levels so that you don't take as big of a nerf whenever I knock you down. So, none of his abilities changed or anything, but his stats have all dropped ever so slightly. His difference wasn't quite as egregious as characters like Ferris, etc. And Braid is basically in the same boat. He used to have perfect intelligence, now it's 28. Pardon me, my voice is crackling. And here's what happened to his abilities. I'm surprised he still has 8s in most of these, wow. But he didn't have spells to worry about, so you know how it is. Wizards always need more experience for their stuff. Oh, I forgot to equip them with things. Hey guys, do you want better equipment than what you've got? Like, anything better? Man, I need to hit up a shop. I've got too much junk. We really cleaned out in the tower, didn't we? Where's my Chaos Robes? Chaos Robes. Do I only have 3? No, she was wearing the 4th one. Okay, there we go. Let's see, who's the slowest now? God, you're both pretty slow, but you know what? One of you has teleport and one of you doesn't, so you get teleport. Aileron, you can have the Belt of Life. Oh, you have the Reflection Belt, is that what it was? Okay, you take the Reflection Belt. Brenna, you have the Belt of Life. You're already wearing the Belt of Life. He can't wear the Belt of Life, it's his wrong aspect. I gave you the Belt of Teleport. Fine. Adamant Boots. Wait, we were using Boots of Striding. Well, you know what? These guys need the Boots of Striding more, so they get them. Brenna, you have them too? Yeah. Take Boots of Striding, guys, you're slow. God, there's too many items. Too many items. Alright, click 1, we're gonna click 2. Who do I want to have the Helm of Charisma on? Charming is a really good spell. I should give it something nice and fast. What helms are you guys wearing? You know, everyone just wear the Helm of Defense while I figure this out. I know it's boring, shut up. I don't care. So we've got Charisma, Tempest, and Defense, basically, and 2 Helms of Wisdom. Willpower is a little more important at this phase of the game than Defense. Okay, you guys, you each get the Helm of Wisdom, because your willpower is the lowest. Brenna, you still take the Helm of Tempest. Aileron, you take the Helm of Charisma. How's that sound? Sound good? Sure. Here, Baird, you can have the Shriveled Heart. It fits, because you're a Necromancer. How about you take the ST Gem? And you too. Oh, you're already wearing it. Duh. What are you wearing right now? An ST Gem as well? Take the Butterfly Amulet. Do I want any of these spells? Not really. So much stuff, my god! I haven't really looked at my inventory in a hot minute. You guys both have Thief and Rope. I don't think either of these guys have Thief. Nah, neither of them do. They could learn it, but they don't have it. Okay. You can have the Wizard's Wand. And you can have the Stormbreaker. Yeah. What's your weapon for efficiency? Oh, wait. How did I have this going? You were hafted, and you were throwing. Rada was pole, I do believe. And that leaves you as sword. Okay. I feel like I've seen enough of the Ice Stiletto, and I'm ready to move on from it. Like, I don't think it's broken. I don't think it's endgame good either. So I'm kind of comfortable with where I've put it in the game. What do I want you to use, though? How about the Sword of Might? Hard to go wrong with that. And you get a pole. You get Brecklor's Fire Staff, my dude. There. You cannot equip that item? Oh, you don't know pole yet. We have to get you pole. Okay, well, we need to return to Tormenor at some point anyway. Or is this as good a reason as any to make you the pole guy, because I know you have pole? You know what? Actually, Baird used to know Pole. That was something I changed. It used to be part of his regular loadout, but he actually does not have a stabbing animation at all. So I had to take it away from him. Like, even in the base game, if you give him a spear or a pike and he tries to attack with it, he'll just stand there like a chump. I mean, it'll still connect as an attack, because the battle system doesn't work based on animations, but it's not something he can normally use. So he actually lost that ability entirely. Aileron, get a grip. What are you doing? The controls were acting strange. Maybe I should save all that dumb stuff I just did so I never have to do it again. Sound good? Yeah. Right. Anyway. Oh, bat.